Hey, it's Dave from Bullpen Cycles, and well, I'm doing something different today. I'm back to working on this Greeves Challenger.
Give it more gas to keep it going, so I am going to tickle it now. Well, that more gas didn't work, did it?
This video is going to be a conglomeration of different clips. So you saw this bike. I had it running sort of, but it sounded flat, and I had done a leak down test, but I've adjusted the timing. I put rings in it, and it's just not right. So I'm redoing my leak down test, and I got an oversized piston. We're going to take this cylinder off. The cylinder is a real pain because you see it's got studs on the bottom and on the top. So you have to go all around here where you can't get them to get the cylinder off and try to torque those. But before I disrupt that, I want to do a leak down test. I've got rubber stoppers. You buy these on Amazon. This one's a little chewed up. I need to get another one for the intake. But what I did find is I was leaking around the seal. They call this the magneto backing plate. It goes here, but it also serves as a seal holder. And I wasn't getting air around the crankshaft. I was getting air around the back of the magneto backing plate. And there's no gasket here. Now this is a seal holder like Bultaco would have, but Bultaco runs a gasket here. So I cleaned this off. I'm going to put some schmutz on it and try to get this to seal better. Then I'm going to come over here and take this primary drive off. I had it off once because I changed this chain. Let's see if I can get this to seal up better when I put it together. But that way, even though I replaced that seal, oh man! I got to show Bruno because some of you guys have pets that watch. Really. So I want to make sure, even though I replaced the seal, I want to make sure that's not leaking. I want to make sure I have my lower end airtight before I crack this and send it out for a rebore. So basically I'm going all out. It's not a matter of just compression and spark on these two strokes. You hear them say that all the time. Oh, it's got compression, it's got spark, but it won't run. And, well, you can put a new seal in, but hope for the best. Hope your new seal seals. We're going to actually do a leak down test. Again, more diligently this time. So we are going to put our new seal in the freezer for a few minutes, maybe longer, then heat up the seal holder. So hopefully it pops right in and I don't have to pound on it. but you can pound on it. I just prefer not to. Get a root beer. You want a root beer, Bruno? In the meantime, we'll work on getting this clutch hub apart. You've got to take the clutch hub and the drive gear off together with the chain. This will probably take the air gun, but let's give it a wing. It didn't take the air gun. I'm surprised by that. Maybe I didn't have it tight enough. Oh, look. There's a lip in that nut. Now I have a socket to protect my crank. I don't want to booger that up. And it's moving. Good, I think that's going to come off. It's off now. Isn't it? No, get out. But I can do it by hand. And it's off. Now we have our frozen seal. And, oh, I might need a hammer, but hopefully not. Heat this up. Hopefully I'll press it right in by hand. The gloves it because the thing gets hot. Okay, let's go, baby. Go in there. Wow, look at that. Perfecto. Doesn't even have to hammer on it. Perfect. So we are back to our 360 Greeves. I'm doing a leak down test. I want to check the integrity of the cases before I lift off the cylinder again. They call this a magneto backing plate, but it's really a seal holder. I was getting some little bit of seepage from, not from the steel itself, but from behind the backing plate. So we cleaned that out, replaced the seal, and put some schmutz in the back. This is what I used for my leak down tests. This is a Mighty Mac pressure, it's for testing leaks in radiators, and I cut the end off. Change the hose, put in a pneumatic fitting, and I use it with, well, this is just from an old compression tester. I drilled out the check valve. So this works pretty good. I like pumping it by hand and not using the air compressor so I don't overdo it. Pump it up to 5 pounds. So here we go, and that's not working. It's not holding air. So we'll spray there. These are what I'm using. I buy these on Amazon, all different size rubber plugs. That's how I'm plugging up the exhaust. And I mounted a flat piece of rubber behind the carburetor flange. We're going to check the compression release and our fitting and our heads. Let's go to the other side. Note to self. Always put your drive gear back in. Look at that. That's the inside of the seal. Always put your drive gear back in. And torque to spec before doing your leak down test. I like pumping it by hand and not using the air compressor so I don't overdo it. Pump it up to 5 pounds. And there it is. Oh, those are long. And they're different. Three short ones and one long one. I'm gonna put them back in so I don't get them mixed up. Is that all of it? Where the heck did that come from? Is that in the bottom? I bet you it is. Oh, look, and there's a washer here. Oh my God. Don't want to forget that. And this spacer is there. That's why it takes a long bolt. This one went here. And these two like this. So now all I have to do is get all these out. All of these out and lift the cylinder off. Almost ready to lift off. All right. Don't want to lose that. Oh, come on. There. Would have helped with the right tools.
Either that or a second person. So you're fighting the studs through this flange, as well as, well, if the piston was, and the primary gear was, if the primary gear was intact, the crank would have stayed put. Could have just stuck it in gear and pulled it right off. But no, have to do things the hard way. Anyway, now we send that out. I got an oversized piston, and we are with Greeves stuff. There it is. That goes out to the machine shop. Now, back to our Hercules. And I purposely didn't start it. I didn't start working on it on purpose so that any surprises will be genuine. And that wraps it up for today. Thanks for watching.